I have a question for you. Have you connected with God today? I mean, have you had a deep, personal, intimate encounter with God this day? I've been asking people that question, including myself, most of my life. And I found that when I ask that question, many people, after a nosebleed and a gasp for air, respond, well, no, not yet. I really want to, and I know I should. I just haven't had the time. Maybe I'll get to it later. I'm going to try to get to it later. Only most of us never do. And even if we want to, I've found that most of us are not really sure how to have that encounter with God. Many of us would admit we're not where we'd like to be in our relationship with God. Growing closer to God has always been a challenge for me, and I know it's been a struggle for many of you as well. When Kevin, a lifelong friend of mine, a high school friend, told me, I know there's a God. I believe in Jesus. I gave my life to him when I was in high school. I even believe in the resurrection. I just don't know how to get close to God. No one's ever shown me how to really feel close to him. And then, get this, Kevin told me, I feel like I'm on a 2-lane country road looking up at a 6-lane interstate highway overpass. I see the cars whizzing by. I just can't find the entrance ramp. I see the cars on the highway. I just can't figure out how to get there. And my guess is many of us can identify with Kevin. We want to grow closer in our relationship with God. We believe in God. We want to serve him. We love him. And we want to know more of him. Yet there's just something missing. We're just not where we like to be in our relationship with him. I'm fascinated by electric-powered cars. You take a battery and you connect it to an engine, and the car has this power and this energy, and it can start moving forward. And all of this time and planning has gone into the design of that battery and the engine. Without it, there's simply no power. But when you connect the battery to the engine, there's power there. There's energy there. The car can start moving forward. And it's the same with us. Our lives start moving forward when we get connected to the power and energy of God through a daily encounter with him. It's like connecting the battery. And we all want that kind of power and energy and connection in our lives. So I want to share with you how to make that connection. I want to help you find the entrance ramp to the highway. I want to share with you a simple 3-step pathway that I've discovered that helps me get into the life-changing presence of God every single day of my life. I call it connecting with God, 3 steps to spiritual intimacy. I look at it this way. God wants our hearts and minds to be on fire with love for him every single day of our lives. Paul tells us in Ephesians chapter 3, verses 14 to 19, that his desire and prayer for us, for you and for me, is that the very Spirit of God would live in us and dwell in us and fill us with the fullness, get this, of the entirety of everything that God is in the very inner core of our being, in our hearts, in our minds, and our souls, every single day of our lives. Do you believe this? Have you experienced this kind of life-giving connection with God every single day? Now, interestingly, even though we know we want this kind of relationship, I've found that making this connection with God has been a struggle for me and many others. Then I discovered a simple, sustainable, rewarding way to have this kind of connection with God every day. Connecting with God is designed to help us know a whole new dimension in our relationship with God. The kind of relationship that God created and designed for you and me to have in the first place. And I want to take you through that journey of how to connect with God. And my prayer for you is that you will grow so close to God that you can say that connecting with God is the single most important thing you do every day. That's why connecting with God is not just about a personal Bible study or a devotional time, as important as they might be. Connecting with God takes us through 3 steps to spiritual intimacy. And it's in these 3 steps that I discovered how to grow closer to God in the very inner core of my being in a way I'd never known or experienced before. And I want to share with you how to make that connection with God through a simple pathway that you can follow. Let's get started.